We want to bring up the lady of the moment, Miss Nona Hendryx.
Hi, gang. I'm still here.
You're still here? Good.
Basically.
Well, we're so happy you are. You know, we can go through her biography is extensive. Her collaborations are extensive. It's just wonderful to have someone here who, I remember back in the 70s, I would go to clubs and hear the music and be dancing all night long. And then next day, be able to go get the record. And that was my introduction to Nona Hendryx and Mama and to LaBelle back in the 70s. A lot of us know your music. Some people may know your beginnings in Trenton, in New Jersey. I'm trying to find out what were your early influences, because you guys started very young.
Yeah.
Your two first group, I think, were the Bluebells in 1960.
Yes.
So how did a 16-year-old girl get involved in a girl band in 1960?
Well, probably pretty much like most people do, still today. And, you know, I was just going to school, trying to learn something, and doing pretty good, but not as good as my mother wanted me to do. And, you know, I came from a family that was trying to get to that next level of going from just, you know, my mom was a housekeeper, my dad worked on trains for years. I mean, they came from the South and all that tells you. And basically we were trying to get that next level up in life, to become a blue-collar worker, rather than, you know, coming from the fields or the other things that, the life that they had led, or to become a white-collar worker, which was the next step, and become a school teacher or work for the government, or, you know, any of those jobs where you could have some type of insurance back then. And, you know, that's what I was striving for. I wanted to be a school teacher. That was my desire. And someone, Sarah Dash, I should say, not someone, but Sarah Dash was, I think she wanted to be in a singing group, and then there was a young lady who did have a singing group called the Del Caprice, and Sandra Tucker, her mother was like a stage mom, and so she was pushing Sandra and trying to get the group noticed. And somebody else left the group, and Sarah, I don't know why she thought of me, I really don't, but she asked me if I wanted to join the group, and I, for some reason, said yes. And I had no idea about doing that. It had not been something on my radar in terms of doing, and I said yes, and that's how it started. What kind of music was it in the home that you heard every day, that your parents listened to, or that you listened to? It took us a long time to get a record player. My mother had other priorities. Record player was not high on her list of things that she had to get out of her paycheck, or my father's. So that was like, I think we didn't get a record player until I was probably, I think, 12. So, you know, I heard a lot of gospel at church. I heard music and sort of the local things going on. I had an aunt who was kind of like the loose aunt. So she had a record player. And so we would go to her house, you know, and she was like kind of, you know, kind of like had a juke joint thing going on. And that's where I would hear music in terms of, you know, some of the early doo-wop or late doo-wop, I should say, and the blues, like blues, and also someone like Chuck Berry or more Fats Domino. They were into Chuck was rock and roll, not really their thing. It was more the blues for them, or Nat King Cole, or that kind of music. So that's where I heard music really early, or on television, which also took a long time to get a TV. So TV was like, when it arrived, it was like, yo, what's that? And we watched, Ed Sullivan and those shows, variety shows where they had artists on. Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke was also one of my aunt's favorites. That's the music I heard growing up early on, other than gospel music in church.